Now, I've lived in Rocky my whole life, and I never ever thought I'd see an event like Rockynats come to our hometown. Can you imagine cars lined up for blocks and blocks, getting ready to street drag right along here, and all you can hear is engines roaring and tyres squealing, echoing the whole CBD. And just over there, directly across the river, is where the burnout pad is. Now, just behind me here is the local boat ramp. I know it's pretty hard to imagine and picture right now, but just in a few weeks' time, there's going to be thousands of horsepower unleashed, hundreds of tyres shredded for one of Australia's biggest burnout comps. And you'll see me flogging the ring out of the Autoworks skid ute. Right here in this car park, directly below the Empire Apartments, is where the Burson's Auto Parts Drift Precinct will be. Local legends like Tyler Walker and members of the Drift Cadet will be doing drift demos here all day and taking fans for hot laps. Well, we've got a lot of work to do to get our patrol ready so we can drive it into Rockynats. This is my story of the inaugural Rockynats 2021. Let's do it.
She's finally here. Well, today is a good day. The gearbox is finally rocked back up. It's been a hell of a long time, but better late than never. So now we got 35 days till Rockynats, and we're going to be head down, bum up, trying to get this thing in. It's just not as easy as saying bolt the gearbox back in. There's a hell of a lot of changes that need to be made. As you could probably see, I don't know if you've seen my last bell housing, but this one is quite a bit longer, so it pushes the whole gearbox back, and so that's going to have some significant changes in the chassis, welding new mounts and whatnot in. So yeah, the team and I will be busy doing that. Not only does it change the mounting of it, the tail shaft lengths change, and if you look in this box here, there's all these like heat exchanger, coolers, all sorts of stuff that's involved with the torque converter that was not in this car to start with, that now we got to get into the car and fabricate mounts for. So yeah, it's a quite a big job, but I don't think it's impossible. But yeah, it's going to be a very tight timeline to get to Rockynats, but yeah, we'll just work away and try our best to get there so we can drive the thing in and put it on display for everyone to see. We've got Mitch here now. He's had a bit of a look because he's actually an engineer by trade or profession. So he's had a look and we're starting to get an idea of what we're going to do. So I'll hand you over to Mitch to explain it better. So what are we going to do here, Mitch?
Yeah, righto. So we're just going to start by making it a little bit easier for us. We've generally had issues with this mount position when we've been getting the gearbox in and out. So we'll change that to make it a bit easier in the future, and we'll just look at building out off a mount up in the top here, just to account for the longer box now, and we'll just figure out how we're actually going to be able to get access to the bolts, whether or not we go through the floor pan here, or once we put the gearbox up, we might be able to reach up over the top. So yeah, we'll just make it a bit easier for ourselves to begin with, and then we'll get the box up in position and see what it looks like. So yeah, we'll just start cutting now. So I'll start cutting this one out and start getting this ball rolling. The gearbox is mounted in 3 positions. So one at the top of the box using the existing mount points where it was mounted off before, when it was a clutch style gearbox. And then yeah, two mounts over here on this lower cradle. So that's our next move, get that gearbox back up there, mount it on these 2, and then start working on these ones out here.
Yep.
start again, cut all these things out.
Righto, so day 2, we've got the gearbox up and down there a few times. We've mounted it from the top and onto the bell housing. Now we're mounting it to the bottom cradle, to the side of the gearbox. And after putting the gearbox up and down a fair few times yesterday, we found that the starter motor no longer fits in there. So what we've had to do is cut this tube out, cap it, and we're going to make another mounting post off here. So I'll just show you the bottom cradle, just come down here, John. So what we've got to do is we want to keep these mounting posts here because they go into the bottom of the chassis. So we're going to have to extend this one out, but keep this, so add a bit of RHS in there, and also move this one back now that we've moved that post. So yeah, just a new bit of RHS in either side. We'll keep these mounts, just weld them in a different position, and yeah, hopefully it all goes in sweet.
It didn't take me long to start complaining. It's only been a year. I think I'm done. Sweet.
Okay, so we've taken the guard off the side of the car now, and it's naked, as you would call it. We're going to mount the new oil tank in here, just near the battery, and we've got a new oil cooler with twin fans on the back that we're going to mount in here, just in there, like so. So yeah, tonight we'll make all the brackets up and TIG weld them on. The reason we're really getting into it is because we got 18 days until we need this car in at Autoworks getting painted, because they've informed us that their painter's going on holidays and getting married then. So yeah, it's full steam ahead to get it all done by then. So yeah, over the duration of this weekend, we hope to have all that mounted, and maybe next weekend we'll get it all plumbed up and all the lines run. So fingers crossed it all goes smoothly, and we'll let you know how it goes. Things are tracking along pretty nicely at the moment. We're now 3 weekends out from Rockynats, and the gearbox is all in there and mounted. We've mounted the coolers, the oil tank, and the heat exchanger. Now we're up to running all the oil line stage. So we've got the plumbing schematic here from Albans. That tells you where all the lines are got to be run. We've got Joe here from Brown and Hurley. He's brought all the hydraulic line in for the torque converter. So yeah, this weekend's challenge is to get all these lines run and hopefully fire it up pretty soon. Righto, so we're nearly ready to fire the thing up, but before that we got to paint all the areas where we've ground the paint off and put new mounts on. So Autoworks, one of our sponsors, have been kind enough to come around to our actual workshop and bring all their painting gear here and do it here. Saves taking it over there and working in amongst all their workers and manoeuvre the car around. So Josh from their spray painter has come around and masked all this up today. We're going to be doing where these the new cooler and the oil tanks are, and also a few areas up the front where it's had a few nicks and bumps over the past year, so that'll be nice. And also because it's going in a car show, the exhaust systems have had a fair sandblasting, so we're just gonna, from rocks and whatnot, so we're just gonna give them a fresh coat of paint and touch them up to make it look all schmick. Righto, so it's exactly 1 year since we fired this thing up. We've got all the gearbox and torque converter in, all the lines are run. So now we're just going to hit it in the guts and see if it starts. Hit the starter motor and might click in better as well. Righto, so we're at Autoworks and we're just about to head off to Scrutineering the Sav. It's at 4:30 and we're picking up both the cars to head down there. I'll just give you a quick run through of what they do at Autoworks, so come through here, John. This is a skid ute, we'll come back to that. They've been getting it ready for the past week, so they've been putting a lot of work into that. On my right here, this is their detailing bay. This is where they do all the ceramic coating and high quality detailing. Just over here is their general cleaning bays. So if you get your car, like it's just been forward driving for the weekend, that's where they do all their cleaning. Down the back, just down here, come down here, John. This is where their high pressure gurney is, so any mud or when they need to prepare for their ceramic coating, this is where the cars go and they get cleaned, make sure it's all prepped and in good condition before the coatings go on. Now over here is all their mechanical side. So this is a very busy side of the workshop. They do all their mechanical repairs. They do anywhere between 10 to 20 cars a day. So yeah, but just over here is our patrol. The boys have been working hard on it today. They fully cleaned it, made it all show and shine ready for the Rockynats comp. So yeah, we'll just come back down here. I'll just run into Phil. Let's get Phil. Just got to find Phil. Phil. There you go, mate.
Good, yourself?
Yeah, good. So you've been working hard on this for the past week?
Good try.
Yeah, what have you been doing to it?
It's got a new exceeding clutch in it, new front sway bar link pin, new front struts, coils, brakes, full service, all the oils, everything like that. So
yeah, ready to cop a pizzlin'?
definitely.
Yeah, righto. Well, yeah, so if you need anything done and you're in the Rocky area, make sure you come down to Autoworks. They are really your one-stop shop. We've just entered Scrutineering. We've got all our entrance passes, and I tell you what, looking around, there are some really cool cars here. So we're just going to drive up there now, and they're going to look over our cars and make sure they're all safe, all the safety regulations are done, and yeah, we'll wait until Friday to start the event.
Oh, Miss Lucy, dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy, dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground. Sally up, bring Sally down, last time rock got to tear the ground.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even
Okay, so we've had a massive day over in the CBD precinct, and we got told we need to do our skids a bit earlier than 5 PM, so we've just come over here, got the car ready, got our suit on, and we're about to head out and just send her. So we'll let you know how it goes.
Alright, folks, make some noise for
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end,
121, Dave Casey.
Good boy.
Late coming up now. Good on you, Dave. Well done.
I tried so hard.